is how we become a safer, stronger, and healthier city. That's what all the investments in my budget are designed to do.
Now, this is his first budget proposal to Metro Council. Louisville Mayor Craig Greenberg laying out his financial priorities, which include more money for law enforcement and dollars designed to bring a grocery store to downtown Louisville. The mayor says his top priority is investing in violence prevention. Our Connor Steffen and photojournalist Elijah McKenzie break it all down.
A first-time proposal.
Without further ado, I welcome Mayor Greenberg.
More than bridging the aisle.
And that was hands down the best initial proposed budget I have ever seen from a mayor in this city.
Garnering bipartisan praise. In front of a packed house in City Hall, Louisville Mayor Craig Greenberg unveiled his administration's $1.1 billion budget for the 2024 fiscal year. An ambitious proposal from Greenberg that's all about meeting the moment.
It's a moment that demands new thinking and new approaches as we take on a collection of challenges.
One at the top of many minds is this.
We have far too much gun violence in our city.
A pillar of Greenberg's budget is addressing public safety.
He wants to create a new Department of Group Violence Intervention, a $230,000 investment.
Another $500,000 aims to expand the city's 911 mental health deflection program.
That this administration is paying attention to the problem.
Dr. Eddie Woods works with no more red dots.
We do gun violence intervention work.
He says the mayor is quite literally right on the money.
Intervention is key. I think that's a good move. Excellent move.
Under that same public safety umbrella is a $222 million backing for LMPD, a 2% increase over last year. Among other things, it will bring roughly 30 new positions to the department to help implement reforms laid out in the DOJ report. Also included is $1.5 million to bring more license plate readers and traffic cameras to metro streets.
Yes, the intention is to put it in areas where there has been the highest rates of crime.
Beyond public safety, the budget contains a slew of initiatives. Greenberg set aside $27 million total dollars to fight Louisville's growing housing crisis. The homeless population grew 140% just this last year.
We need to put even more focus and energy into finding solutions.
Downtown Louisville does not have a grocery store. Other mayors have tried, and Greenberg is throwing in $6 million worth of subsidies aimed at enticing a grocery store in the city. Among other items coming out of the proposal, plans to create Louisville's own Department of Transportation.
I also said I wanted to see a budget that was win-win for the community. Today I heard that.
The vision is one thing, it's the details that become important at this point.
Connor Steffen, WHAS 11 on your side.
And there will be several public hearings where you can comment on the mayor's proposed budget. The first will be May 10th, with several more throughout the month. You can find a full list of dates and topics, plus how to participate in these hearings on WHAS11.com. As of this afternoon, there have been 56 homicides in Louisville. That's according to Metro Police. And just yesterday, LMPD and family members of those lost gathered at Waterfront Park. It was a chance to reflect and to share resources with people who might need them. Our Taylor Woods and photojournalist Ian Hardwitt were there.
Vinny Jackaway lost his life in a hit and run.
The way he made anybody smile, if you were sad and he came around, you'd be happy.
These family members are reminiscing over the memories they shared with their loved ones before they were taken away.
I miss her making me laugh, driving me crazy.
Louisville Metro Police created this event to honor those victims and their families.
Sometimes that emotional and psychological trauma can be so overwhelming that it impacts their everyday life.
Many of them speaking highly of the employees who worked in the victims unit, helping them through a time of grief.
I didn't even know who she was. She was like, "Hey, Michelle," and I'm bawling my eyes out. She would just sit there and listen to me. It's Kayla. I love her. She's been supportive since day one. Yes.
Mayor Craig Greenberg telling them he's putting more money in his budget to add more employees to the team.
Our administration will continue to work with everyone in the victim services team to ensure that you have the resources and support that you all need.
Organizations like First Hour Grief Response were also in attendance to bring more awareness.
We provide an ear that they may not have had because nobody gets it like another mother. Nobody understands it like another person who's been through it.
However, these families are overwhelmed with emotion, saying the support from LMPD has made a difference.
Overjoyed that the police department, the mayor, and everybody would just come out and just know what we're going through.
In Louisville, Taylor Woods, WHAS 11 on your side.
The Office of Kentucky's Attorney General has compiled a list of resources for victims of crimes. You can find a link on our website, WHAS11.com. Well, Congressman Morgan McGarvey joined anti-gun violence advocates at the nation's capital Thursday, calling for tighter legislation.
The solutions aren't complicated. We can ban assault weapons, mandate waiting periods, pass red flag laws, background checks, storage requirements, and institute magazine limits. We know these solutions will work because they've worked in every other developed country on earth. All that's lacking is the political courage.
U of L Hospital's Dr. Jason Smith was also there at Capitol Hill, saying in addition to the 2 mass shootings Louisville saw that week, they saw an additional 18 gunshot victims. He said cities and towns across the country are grappling with the same gun violence.
This is not a they problem. There is no they in this. This is an us problem. Every community is going to be impacted by gun violence. I pray and hope it is not yours, but the simple statistics will tell you it will be, and you will know someone.
He ended that speech asking for people to reach out to their politicians, saying something has to be done to stop it. A partial victory for those who challenged the removal of the Castleman statue from the Cherokee Triangle. The Kentucky Supreme Court says it was improperly moved. Crews whisked it away to storage after it was repeatedly vandalized during the June 2020 Breonna Taylor protests. The Supreme Court did not rule on whether or not Castleman was a Confederate racist, but rather how former Mayor Greg Fisher had it removed. We spoke to Steve Weiser of the group that sued the city, Friends of Louisville Public Art.
The reason for how it got removed was that the mayor who was wanting it to be removed had 3 of his appointees on the commission that voted for its removal. And so he basically stacked the deck against us.
The Supreme Court agreed with Weiser and Friends of Public Art's assertion that 2 members of the Landmark Commission had a direct conflict of interest in this decision. We asked Mayor Greenberg if he would put that statue back up should the decision come back to him. He said no. The case is heading back to Jefferson Circuit Court to start all over again. Weiser said his group will meet to decide its next move. The statue currently is sitting in storage at Lexington and Payne. Louisville Main Street's Whiskey Row has a brand new addition called Buzzard's Roost Whiskey Row Experience. Just this morning, the building opened its doors for a special ribbon cutting. Buzzard's isn't a typical spot. It stands out for its emphasis on education about the art and science of whiskey and why its drinks are so different. You can sign up for interactive classes for those of you who want to go deep into the hows and whys of bourbon and rye cocktails.
So to me, the experience was come and learn more about Kentucky's native spirit and this whole industry. And yeah, enjoy it, you know, socialize with others at the bar, but it was important to us to teach more.
That 6,000 square foot space will produce up to 7 barrels of new make bourbon or rye per week, complementing Buzzard's Roost sourced whiskeys, which are currently re-barreled and bottled at Bardstown Bourbon Company.